Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Diablo, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys on how to fully uninstall or fully delete any program off of your computer for completely free. This works for Windows 10 and 11. So before we get started, we're just going to discuss some misconceptions people have when it comes to deleting files. Just an FYI, when you delete a file or remove a game/application, it's never fully deleted. Like, it's always there on your hard drive. The differences between deleting a file versus uninstalling a program is that deleting a file means you're removing it from your computer and pretty much just moving it into the recycling bin. This doesn't affect any associated programs or system configurations. Uninstalling a program, on the other hand, is a more complex process, and it doesn't just remove the existing files, but it also removes all associated components such as registry entries, system files, and user data. When you delete a file on Windows, where does it go, and is it permanently removed from your system? When you delete a file in Windows, it is usually moved to a different location on your hard drive. Your data remains intact until the recycling bin is emptied. Even then, the file data still exists on your hard drive until it is overwritten by new data, making it possible to recover deleted data with specialized software. If you guys would like a video on that, let me know down in the description. What types of data or system entries can be left behind when you simply delete a file or uninstall a program using the default Windows Uninstaller? When you normally use the Windows default Uninstaller, several types of data can be left behind. That normally includes registry entries, temporary files, configuration files and folders, shortcuts, and start menu entries. Pretty much make sure we're removing all of those and we're fully deleting our programs. We're going to be using a tool called Revo Uninstaller. To get started, just open up your browser. You can go ahead and click the first link in the description, or go ahead and type in revouninstaller.com. And if you type it in, you're just going to come up here and click on downloads. If you click the link in the description, it would have automatically already taken you here. So from here, you're just going to go ahead and click free download. Click save. And then just run the exe. And click yes on the prompt. You're gonna click OK on the English. And as for the licensing, just go ahead and click I accept. Click next. Click next. And if you'd like a desktop shortcut, just make sure this box is checked. And then click next. Go ahead and click install. You want to make sure this button is checked so the program runs after installation. We can go ahead and click finish. On first boot of the application, there are some things that you want to adjust. First being these little vertical lines, just so you can see all of your program details fully. And the second would just be in this options tab, and the options tab can be found here at the top menu, just labeled options. And under the general tab here, we just want to make sure check for update on startup is turned on. Moving on, in the installer tab, we just want to make sure make a system restore point before uninstall is also turned on and checked. So just go ahead and click OK. So to remove any program that you download, you can either find them here in the uninstaller or the Windows app setting, depending on what kind of program it is. And for example, I will be uninstalling Zoom Workplace as it's a shitty app. So you can either uninstall it by selecting it and then right clicking and clicking uninstall, or by selecting it and coming up here to the top menu and clicking uninstall. One important thing to know is that you want to make sure that this box is unchecked. Otherwise, you're going to have multiple unnecessary system restore points, which is going to clog up your logs. So after you click continue, the program's default uninstaller will run and guide you through the removal. This prompt will vary depending on the program, and if it's off of Steam, Epic Games, or Battle.net, their respective launchers will pop up and guide you through the uninstallation. And after that, you just want to head back into Revo and go ahead and click Advanced. Just click Scan. Using the advanced scanning mode, we are ensuring that this program is able to find all of the leftover files, folders, registry, and temporary folders that the program's uninstaller left behind. As you can see, it found 2 keys and 11 values left over in the registry. Now all you want to do is just click select all if it's already not selected, and just click delete. And just go ahead and click yes. And now you will see all of the leftover files and folders. Do the same process here and click select all and delete. After clicking finish, now we have successfully removed the program. The next tab is the Windows app, and here uninstalling any apps is the same method, but here you will see default Windows apps like the phone app and other bloatware. And you will also see any applications you have downloaded off the Windows Store. One thing to note for uninstalling Windows apps is that you will see a PowerShell terminal instead of the application's uninstalling window. And that is demonstrated here in this clip. Next up, we have the Tools tab, and the first thing we got here is the Auto Run Manager, and using that you can disable any application that starts alongside your Windows boot up. A good case for this would be if you notice it's taking longer for your PC to boot up. That may be caused by an application that is starting alongside Windows when you turn your laptop or computer on. Use this setting to thoroughly check for any unwanted startup apps and turn them off. After that, we have the Junk File Cleaner, and you can start this by clicking scan here at the top bar, and this will thoroughly check through all temporary and junk folders on your PC and display them here. I have over 10 terabytes of storage on my computer, and this scan normally takes me about 20 to 30ish minutes, so beware that it's not a quick scan. After the scan is completed, make sure that all the junk files are selected and then click delete here at the top bar. So for example, I didn't do a full run, I just did like a couple seconds. Just gonna double check that they're all selected and just gonna go ahead and click delete. Just like that, they're gone. Next up, we have the Windows tools, and here we have a bunch of hidden settings and shortcuts for features, programs, and commands which are in the settings app and control panel but are hard to find. I do want to give a warning and just make it known that if you don't know what you're doing, or if what I'm saying doesn't make sense, then do not mess around with these settings, as you can damage your system by causing a lot of unwanted changes and a lot of things can potentially go wrong. For the sake of this video, I'll give a brief description of each setting. First off, we have the system restore, which allows you to go back and restore your machine to a previous save state. Warning, any progress or changes made after restore point gets deleted, and pretty much if you don't know what this is, don't touch it. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna go ahead and click cancel. Next to that, we have network information, and clicking this will open up a command window which will display a bunch of network information, including your default gateway, DCHP server, subnet masks, IPv4 and IPv6 addresses, along with your physical address. Using this window, you can configure your DNS settings. Next up, we have the security center, and this is just a tab to check up on your system security features, and its main priority is to check if there's any issues with the security programs being out of date. In the system properties tab, we can change the name of your device. Under advanced, you can change the performance of your overall Windows experience by enabling or disabling certain Windows effects, and also view user profiles if you wanted to delete any extra accounts. Under the remote tab, you can enable or disable the remote connections to your computer. Note, turning this off most likely will break TeamViewer and other device sharing applications. I'd recommend turning this feature off just as a safety precaution, as I don't want unwanted devices connecting to my computer. System information is kind of self-explanatory, and it gives you a full detailed report of your system summary, hardware resources, components, and software environments. Next up is the TCP/IP Netstat Command, which is pretty nice as it displays all active TCP connections while displaying the active UDP listening ports. The on-screen keyboard is kind of self-explanatory as well. As for the disk defragmentation setting, I would only use this if you have an HDD, and do not use this on any SSD or you risk fucking it up, and it will slow it down over time. And as for your HDD devices, where it says right here, go ahead and click analyze first and then just click optimize. Services will display any active local service that is running. You can start, stop, pause, resume, or restart any service if it is not working correctly. The shared folder options allows you to view any files that you are sharing with any other accounts or person. Add/remove Windows components. You can use this to manage any components installed on your device. There is a network component you can turn on here that will improve your Wi-Fi speeds, but I forgot which one it was, but a quick Google search would give you Microsoft Windows Miscellaneous Software Removal Tool. This is a built-in scanner alongside Windows Defender that can perform a quick scan, full scan, or a custom scan to check for any miscellaneous files or applications. Windows Backup and Restore. You can use this to perform a backup and restore of any saved backup of Windows, useful for transferring the whole PC's data from one device to another. Task Schedule allows you to view any scheduled task, and if you suspect you have a virus, this is a good place to look as they often lurk around here. Check This is a command that opens a CMD window and performs a deep scan through multiple stages for problems related to bad sectors, lost clusters, cross-linked files, and directory errors. These types of problems can be caused by system crashes, freezes, power glitches, or incorrectly turning the system off. The System File Checker is also a shortcut for the cleanup image/restore health command, which also performs a scan to make sure all Windows functions are working properly. The ideal message you want to receive here is Windows Resource Protection did not find any integrity violations, which means that you do not have any missing or corrupted system files. Next up, we have the browser cleaner, and here you can delete a bunch of your old browser history and cache. So in the Windows cleaner, you can select any of the processes you want to run just by selecting the little box right here and click clear at the top. Just one thing to note is running any one of these scans, there's a chance where your program might freeze. That is completely normal, and it is bound to happen every here and there. Evidence Remover is a very powerful tool, and you should only use it with caution, as it will completely wipe any data off the connected drive/hub, making it pretty much factory new. The last program in this tutorial is a little interesting, and I kind of want to push it to its limits. Using this program, you can add any file or folder from the top menu, and it will fully delete it so there are no traces left behind. But I do have a program that allows me to recover deleted files and programs. So if you guys would like a video on how to recover deleted files, let me know down below in the comments. That is all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope y'all have a good one.